People often say that home is where the heart is, but what does that really mean? And is that really enough? When you're abroad in a foreign country and you're all alone and it's a dark night and you don't know anybody, is the heart enough to really feel at home? These are the questions that I and a lot of people I've met have had since traveling abroad and living by yourself for the first time. And it's a daunting feeling, not knowing like anyone around you, not knowing where to go, not even speaking the language in certain places. It can make you feel very lost and very alone. So what we hope to do here today and in this podcast is figure out how we can find our home, and also to figure out what home really means. What does finding your home really mean? Is home just a physical place? Is home a feeling? Is home a sense of community? To different people, it means different things. And hopefully what we're going to do throughout this process is speak to different people from different walks of life to really understand what finding home means to them, understand their journeys, their lessons that they've learned, and hear just the stories of people from around the world and how they came to find their home wherever they are now. There's so many places to go, so many places to be, and you're constantly watching and consuming content from all over the world every single day on a device in your pocket. And that makes it even harder to really find your own home, because you're constantly comparing yourself to everyone else, and that gets you lost as well. What we need to do is stop and listen and figure out what home really means to us, and then figure out how we can get there. I'm Mead, and on this journey, I'm going to be your host, guiding us through this journey as we speak to different people from different walks of life, and we find out their stories and their journeys of how they came to find their home, whether that be in Korea, or whether that be somewhere else, whether that be in a profession, in an industry, a change of heart, in the home, by starting a family. The meaning of the word home is different to everyone. And through this process, we're going to find out what that means to different people. I think today a good place to start is to start with my own journey. I'm originally from the UK, and I now live in South Korea. And the whole reason of me being here was very impulsive, to be honest. I came out here kind of searching for something. I didn't really know what it was at the time. And I think after being here for about 6 months now, I'm starting to figure out what it is a little bit more every single day. Searching for those connections, for that sense of community, for those good memories, for that fun, friendship, food, experiences. All of these things tie into what finding home means for me personally. But there's obviously been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations. I remember when I first got here and I was in my hotel and I was hungry. So I went out and it was like 11 p.m. and it was my first time walking outside, and I realized, hang on a second, I do not understand this language. I can't read a single sign on the street. And that to me was a very powerful moment, because I stood there in the street and looked up at all these bright neon signs. I was like, I don't know what food I can eat here. And obviously being Muslim as well, I have dietary restrictions. So then how do I communicate that factor in finding my home here? There's so many levels to it and so many layers to it. And that in itself is a journey of exploration. It's a journey of finding yourself and also understanding yourself, because then you learn to understand what's important to you. Because I've met people here who have changed since coming here, for example. I know people that came as a vegetarian for 15 years, and after being here 1 week, they suddenly started eating meat. I know people that came as one religion and they changed within a week. I know people that came as a teacher and became an actor. People of all walks of life have changed in so many ways just from exploring. But the first step is taking that first step. You have to step out of your comfort zone and leave your hometown to figure out where your home actually is. A lot of us are conditioned to believe that we just have to follow a set path. Go to school, go to university, get a job, work 10, 15 years, start a family, and then eventually retire. And that life could be comfortable, and it's definitely suited for some people. But for a lot of other people, and myself included in those sort of people, it's not enough. It's the bare minimum. And why should I live the one life I have, only chasing after the bare minimum? My mindset has always been, let me go for more. Overachieve. Set your standards to the moon and to the stars, and you can achieve even greater than you ever thought possible. If you set your bar at 50%, then you can never know what 60% is like. If you set your bar at 80%, then you're going to figure out that extra 20% or 30% that people never even get to taste, just because of your own standards for yourself. And that's also part of this journey. That's also part of finding home. Home doesn't have to be just a physical place, it's a feeling as well. Where do I feel comfortable? Where do I want to stop? These are questions you have to ask yourself every day. And the only way to really know where you want to stop is through exploration, is through journeying on, is through climbing, achieving things, and then achieving more things, setting new goals, discovering new people and new places, and finding where you want to be and who you want to be there with. Because the who is also very important, because it's all good and well being on this journey and being on this adventure by yourself. But not everyone can be a lone wolf. And people generally aren't even meant to be alone. We're not made to be alone. We're social creatures, as a lot of people know. We're meant to build connections. We're meant to grow with people. And we're meant to find our tribe, find your community, find your family, your friends, everywhere and anywhere you go. Because that will then feel even more like home. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my family and I'm a mama's boy myself. So I miss my mom not being here. But through being here and being away from my family, it's made me realize even more that down the line, I need my family near me. And these are things you can only learn through actually having gone through these experiences and these challenges. And friendships is another thing. I think through traveling, through exploring, through going to somewhere without any friends and having to start fresh, allows you to realize what you look for in a good friend. What is a good friend? What values, what characteristics and values do I look for in my friends? Is it just enough for them to be funny? Is it just enough for them to be to like the same sport as me, or to have the same couple of interests as me? Deeper connections are very hard to come by. And that's one thing a lot of people out here have experienced, and I've also experienced, that a lot of relationships and friendships can be very superficial. And that's something we're going to dive into in later episodes when we talk about dating out here and relationships with some guests that have had those sort of experiences. But it's another thing, it's another learning curve. It's another step in the journey of finding your home and discovering what it is you truly want and you're truly looking for. Because I found some good friends out here. That's one thing I'm very thankful for. In the 6 months I've been here, I've met some friends that I can definitely see being in my life for my life. And I've only known that through cutting out the bad ones I've met along the way here as well. Because there's definitely a lot of people that don't value the same things that I value. But those are all very important lessons to learn. And on this journey that we're going to be going on together through this podcast and hopefully going down for many years on from here, we're going to speak to different people and hear their personal stories. Because it's not just me that you guys want to hear about, obviously. My story is cool. I'll back myself. I'm an interesting person. But we have to speak to other people. Hear about other people's experiences to know if it's just me or if other people have felt the same thing. And right now, obviously, being in South Korea, we're going to speak to a lot of people that have moved out here to South Korea and hear about how that has been for them. Whether they're from the UK, Europe, the US, Canada, wherever they may be from. We're going to hear from different people from different walks of lives, some actors, some people that do modeling, some content creators, some entrepreneurs, business owners, and just the layman as well. Average person on the street, and hear what it means to them to find their home out here. And hopefully through this adventure, it's going to be not only entertaining and motivating and inspiring and educational, but fun as well. We're going to try and have fun with it. We're going to be doing mini games and having fun, trying Korean foods and playing some Korean traditional games, and a lot of other cool activities and fun little things we're going to do along the way that you guys will see when you see them. But for now, I just wanted to introduce you guys to the podcast, introduce you guys to me, and let you know that we have an exciting adventure and an exciting journey coming up ahead over here. And you should just stay tuned. Follow us on all of our socials, findinghome.pod on Instagram, and then follow us on YouTube as well, obviously. As if you're here, subscribe, like, share this. We'll be on TikTok and Twitter soon, and those handles will all be on the screen for you guys to see. Everything will pop up over here probably, maybe over here. Check those out. Make sure you follow us. Connect with me as well. And if you guys have any ideas or any guests you want me to interview, any types of people, any topics, leave those in the comments, and we will set those up so we can really give you guys the most insightful, interesting, fun, educational, inspirational content possible. For the first episode, it's a short one. These episodes are definitely going to be much longer when we have people to have long conversations with. But I don't think you guys want to hear me keep talking for much longer. So I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.